Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you have been following along in the Kubernetes playlist, so far we have discussed about pods, deployments, services, ingress, config maps, secrets, daemon sets, and namespaces. Today, let's talk about stateful sets, one of the most important controllers for running stateful applications inside Kubernetes. So up until now, we mostly talked about stateless apps. For example, a deployment can scale pods up, down without caring which pod is which. But let's say you're running stateful applications like databases, for example, like MySQL, MongoDB, or Kafka. These need a stable, unique pod identity, persistent storage that sticks even if the pod restarts, ordered deployment and scaling. This is what exactly stateful gives you. So the key feature of stateful sets are it's exactly like deployment, but there are subtle differences between stateful sets and deployment. And that is stateful set gives stable pod identity. Pod gets a unique names like let's say I'm creating a pod with 3 replicas, then stateful set give it stable identity. For example, MySQL 0, MySQL 1, MySQL 2. So even if they restart, they keep the same identity. Persistent storage for each pod. So each pod gets its own persistent volume claim. Data isn't lost if the pod is rescheduled. Ordered scaling and updates. So pods are created, updated, and deleted in a specific order. For example, MySQL 0 comes before MySQL 1. So there's always ordered scaling and updating. So if your application remembers things or relies on order, you should be using stateful sets. So this is the core difference between stateful sets and deployment. Let's have a quick demo. So I'll create a file statefulsets.yaml, and I already have the code here. I'll paste the code in the description as well. By the way, all these YAML file are in my GitHub page. I'll drop the GitHub link for the repository as well. You can check out all the manifest file from there as well. So let's see what's going on here. So what is happening? We are creating a 3 replicas. So 3 replicas of the database pod. We are running the MySQL image, and each pod will get its own PVC. So the name of the pod will be MySQL 0, MySQL 1, MySQL 2, and similarly PVCs will be attached like MySQL PVC 1, MySQL PVC 0, MySQL PVC 2, and so on. So the pods are named in order and won't lose their data if restarted. So let's create this. So I have my Minikube running. I'll check the status quickly. It's running. Let me get the path real quick. And kubectl apply -f. Let's change the path for the Linux environment, and let's hit enter. So my stateful sets are created. Now if I do kubectl get stateful set, you see I have 3. Now obviously they are not ready yet. They will be because it's like pulling the MySQL image from the Docker and all those things. So it will be ready in a bit. That was stateful sets. Now when to use stateful set? So it can be useful when you need database, queues, or any stateful service. For most web apps and APIs or microservices that you'll deploy, deployment are enough. But for apps that can't just be replaced by a new pod, stateful sets are the way to go. And honestly, stateful sets can feel a bit overwhelming at first because of the extra configurations. That's why I've created a Kubernetes cheat sheet PDF. It has all the commands, YAML patterns, and best practices you'll need to manage Kubernetes cluster. So especially if you're prepping for exam or real projects, this cheat sheet can be really helpful. I'll leave the link in the description of the video. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out from the link, and that way you'll be helping the channel as well. So that's stateful sets in Kubernetes. So it gives you stable IDs, persistent storage, and ordered scaling. Super useful when running stateful workloads like database inside the cluster. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Kubernetes content. And definitely check out the cheat sheet. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next.